This was a poor episode of Monday Night Raw. I'm just gonna say it. There just really wasn't anything exciting, interesting in this episode. I just don't know what it is. I know people want to give Raw a chance. I will say the changes, the refreshed rosters does help. I will say that. Refreshing the rosters has indeed helped Raw. But after the batch of releases that they just did a few days ago, it's very, very, very difficult to invest our time into a lot of the wrestlers that they have on TV. Especially the ones that were, like the ones they call up and only to just get rid of. But at the end of the day, this was another poor episode of Monday Night Raw. There were some highlights. There were some highlights that I will acknowledge. But other than that, I didn't think this was a very good episode. We began with Seth Rollins claiming that he knows Kevin Owens' true colors and saying that he can't be trusted. This would leave Kevin Owens coming out to the ring and attacking Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins' clothes, he looked like he was in his pajamas. And I just like how Seth Rollins just dances to the ring to his theme song. It's just so funny. I just think it's really darn funny. So anyway, then we move on to a 6-man tag team match, which was 8-man tag, with RK Bro and the Street Profits against AJ Styles, Omos, and the Dirty Dogs. Where the hell has AJ Styles been over the last few weeks? Well, who knows? But at the end of the day, he's back, and it's good to see him back. And AJ Styles' team would win. Dolph Ziggler would almost make an enemy out of Omos, tagging himself in when Styles wanted to tag. But it seems like the Dirty Dogs are RK Bro's next feud. I really wish it was the Alpha Academy, but it is what it is. The Dirty Dogs are another good, tag team for RK. I mean, I wouldn't mind Dirty Dogs beating RK Bro. I just want Randy Orton, away from that moron Riddle. Honestly, I don't really care who wins those titles as long as Randy Orton finally moves away from Riddle. But anyway, then we move on to Dominic Mysterio. Adam Pearce. This is why you don't announce Survivor Series teams. This is why you don't announce them, ladies and gentlemen. You went through all the effort to announce these teams, but then on Monday Night Raw, Adam Pearce goes on to say that all the people that are on Team Raw are all former WWE champions except for Dominic. And this is where Adam Pearce is partially wrong. Yes, Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio are former WWE champions, but Kevin Owens and Finn Balor are not former WWE champions. They are former Universal champions. They tried to treat the Universal and WWE championships as the exact same title, but anyway, he says Dominic shouldn't be on the team because he's not a former WWE champion or former world champion. So then he tells Dominic Mysterio that he will still be a part of the Survivor Series team, but he has to fight for his spot against a returning Bobby Lashley, which I kind of figured it was going to be him, considering that they were making it sound like that he was going to face a former WWE champion. So Bobby Lashley is back. Bobby Lashley's back, and he decimates Dominic Mysterio. Great! How do you make Monday Night Raw worse? You bring back Bobby Lashley. That's how you make it worse. And that's why you don't announce your Survivor Series teams, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you do qualifying matches. Because what's the whole damn point of announcing the team when all you're going to do is just take somebody out of the team, or just like what we had here with the women's segment here with Nikki Ash, Doudrop, and Dana Brooke when they protested against not being in the Survivor Series team. This is why you don't choose, this is why you don't announce the teams. This is why you just straight up have qualifying matches. But Doudrop here pretty much teased turning heel here. She pretty much just teased turning heel by getting pretty upset at Bianca Belair, because Bianca Belair has been getting multiple opportunities, which I will agree, Bianca has been getting a lot of opportunities. But then we move on to Big E versus Chad Gable of the Alpha Academy. Chad Gable is so good, he should be a champion. He needs to be winning some championships in WWE. He's just so darn good. Chad Gable and Otis need to be the team that beat RK Bro, in my opinion, but it just doesn't feel like that's going to be happening. But, you know, and I saw someone on Twitter basically complain that Otis went from being in the Heavy Machinery to the Alpha Academy, and the person was basically thinking that Heavy Machinery was better for Otis than the Alpha Academy. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? If you think Otis tagging with Tucker in the Heavy Machinery was better than tagging with friggin' Alpha Academy, you're friggin' out of your mind. Otis is a hell of a lot better now than he ever was. The Alpha Academy is so much better than Heavy Machinery. I did like Heavy Machinery, but Otis is just so much better the way he is now in the Alpha Academy. He's just so much better now than he was previously. Rey Mysterio, he questions Adam Pearce's integrity after what happened with Dominic. And then we get a 24/7 nonsense segment where Drake Maverick became the new 24/7 champion. What the heck is going on with my light? My light is flickering. My light is flickering. It seems like the lightning bolt might explode, but not to worry about that. And then we had a bunch of title changes. We even had Corey Graves and Byron Saxton become the 24/7 champion. This is the shit. Now we have to see this shit. They released Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, and now this is the shit we now have to see on TV every week. We now have to see this garbage in replacement for losing Keith Lee and Karrion Kross. Don't really care for Karrion Kross, but still, you released a ton of talented guys, and we get this stuff instead. Really dumb, in my opinion. And then we get onto possibly the best part of the show, which is the women. The Fatal 5-Way. I'm going to say this was a very hard one to really enjoy. Becky Lynch looked really ridiculous. Her hairstyle was really weird. She's basically Seth Rollins, minus dancing to her theme music when she walks to the ring. But yeah, she's a lot like Seth Rollins. Oh dear. Oh dear, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. My light bulb just exploded. My apologies, guys. I'm back. I'm out here in my lounge room after my light bulb basically went off. Basically exploded. Yeah, the Fatal 5-Way was kind of tough to get into, but I did like it. My god, Carmella's float over facebuster is so awful. Rhea Ripley had some good spots with Bianca and Liv Morgan, but in the end, Liv Morgan scored the win. Liv Morgan, in the end, scored the win, and she's now the #1 contender, which is great, I'm really happy Liv Morgan is the #1 contender. I really didn't want it to be Bianca Belair, but speaking of Bianca Belair, Doudrop came out and pretty much cost her the match, turning heel. So Doudrop's now a heel, which is kind of funny. And then the main event was Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. Throughout the show, Kevin Owens was trying to prove that he is trustworthy, but I think a lot of the superstars weren't really listening. So the main event itself was alright. It was pretty good. In the end, Kevin Owens got counted out due to Big E getting in his way, and this would lead to Kevin Owens just straight up destroying Big E, just straight up attacking him, turning heel. I predicted a heel turn. I predicted Kevin Owens was going to turn heel, and this is exactly what happened. Kevin Owens is now a heel, and when I was watching this show, I predicted that Kevin was going to turn heel by the end of the show, and that's exactly what happened. He's turned heel. This is Kevin Owens' first time as a heel since 2019, I think. It's been quite a while since he's been a heel. But anyway, that is all I got for this review, guys. I do apologize for my light bulb got blowing up. I will definitely let my parents know about it when they get home. So thank you all so much for joining me. Hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, and all that other jazz, and I will see you all next time.